Here are specific instructions on how to correctly install ASGCO Skalper with Easy Torque Belt Cleaning System. Prior to installation, make sure the power is switched off and the conveyor is locked out to avoid accidental startup during the installation. First, determine the critical end dimension as found in the chart in the installation guide, and make sure the mounting tube and tensioner are clear of obstacles. The end dimension is the distance from the belt surface to the mounting tube center and is critical to get maximum cleaning performance. Scalper can be installed on systems both with and without a head chute. Once you have determined the end dimension of your system, mark and cut the chute openings. For systems without a head chute, additional steel may need to be added for installation. The exact dimensions of the chute openings are provided in the installation, operation, and maintenance instructions. Next, determine on which side the tensioner should be located. Normally, the tensioner is placed on the side most easily accessed for maintenance. Now, insert the scalper mounting tube through the chute cutouts, with the blade mounting holes on the tensioner side. Once the tube is inserted inside the head section or conveyor structure, double-check your end dimension. Once the end dimension has been double-checked, mount the blade on the blade holder. Thread the anchoring loop of the two mounting pin retaining wires onto the tube and insert the pins through the two holes nearest the tensioner. Now rotate the blade forward against the belt. At this point, check to be sure the blade is level and visually confirm even contact with the belt on the pulley across the face of the pulley. Now loosely install the opposite side mounting bracket, UHMW bushing, and retaining collar onto the scalper tube. Check that the blade is centered against the conveyor belt by measuring the edge of the pulley to the end of the blade on both sides. Once the blade has been centered, tighten the bracket as well as the offside retaining collar. Now loosely install the tensioner side mounting bracket and insert the UHMW bushing as shown to ensure ease of rotation. Recheck the end dimension and then fully tighten both opposite side brackets as well as the tension side bracket. Then insert the second collar onto the tube. Every scalper ships with two springs, a right-hand plain silver spring and a left-hand gold tip spring. It is important to use the correct spring. If the Easy Torque tensioner is on the right side when you are facing the head pulley and looking towards the tail pulley, you will be using the right-hand plain silver spring. If the tensioner is to your left, you will be using the left-hand gold-tipped spring. Slide the blade wear indicator ring onto the mounting tube prior to installing the spring. The ring should rotate freely between the UHMW bushing and the spring. Do not tighten the set screws on the blade wear indicator ring until the Easy Torque is tensioned. Then, insert one end of the correct spring into the hole in the collar. Before installing the outside mounting collar, you will need to thread the anchor loop of the tensioning pin retaining wire onto the spring. Now slide the black rubber dust cover over the spring. Finally, install the outside mounting collar into the other end of the spring and tighten all set screws to 70 foot-pounds of torque. Now you will need to set the spring tension. The torque should be set to approximately 1 pound of force per inch of blade width. If using a standard spring, approximately 1 degree of collar rotation will apply about 1 foot-pound of torque. If using the heavy-duty spring, assume approximately 2 foot-pounds of force per degree of rotation. To set the tension, insert the supplied tensioning tool into one of the outside diameter holes of the inside collar. Rotate the collar until the blade makes contact with the conveyor. A reference arrow sticker is provided in the box. While maintaining blade contact with the belt surface, place this sticker in line with any of the notched reference marks on the inner collar. Each notch indicates 5 degrees of rotation. Each degree equals 1 foot-pound of torque. For example, on a 30-inch blade, you will need to rotate the collar 6 notches forward, which equals 30 degrees or 30 foot-pounds of torque. Then lock into place with the pin. You can also use a torque wrench with an ASGCO supplied socket adapter to more accurately tension the blade. Now that the Easy Torque is tensioned, place the blade wear indicator sticker on the inner tension collar. Once the sticker is in place, line up the indicator ring with the 100% line on the sticker and tighten the set screws. As the blade wears, the indicator ring will move along the sticker, showing the amount of wear on the blade, as well as when the blade needs to be replaced. Once completed, double-check that all of the bolts are tightened. Installation is now complete. Remove all tools from the work area and start the conveyor.